Okay, partial success. I got the bottom plug out. I was not able to get the side plug out. I used oil, heat, impact wrench, heat, oil, heat, impact wrench, heat, impact wrench, oil. You know, you get the idea. That thing will not budge. Would have been nice, but the important thing is I did get the bottom piece out, and that is absolutely essential. I was hoping to put some gravel in and take it out through the side, but I can do it through the bottom. And I can get the pressure washer in through the top. Well, not very far, but I can at least point it in there from the top and see if I can, you know, pressure wash some of the stuff down in here. In the meantime, I've been making progress. Some of this stuff you've seen. Haven't done anything with the pump yet, although except for taking it off the tank. Got this guy all cleaned up, and I found him. So that's another good news, is I found this and cleaned it. The back side I still need to clean. Here's the plug that came off the bottom. So, oh, it's got a rubber. Oh, it's got a rubber O-ring. Yeah, so got my new power pressure switch. So that's nice. And then this hose, let's see. This hose will hook up to that guy, I hope. This way, and then hopefully that'll reach down. I got a little extension and cap for the oil drain for this guy, hoping that I won't make a huge mess. So I got parts. I got screws and Woodruff keys all fixed up for the flywheels. Got the flywheels all ready to go. Got a bunch of old parts and parts that I probably won't end up using. The old pressure regulator. Oh, I also this is the, what is it, the one-way valve that goes down into the tank. Yeah, so I got that pulled out, and I'm going to clean that all up. And here's the pipe that goes from the pump to the one-way valve. That needs to be cleaned up. And I even got some oil specifically for air compressors. A few new fittings. So I'm gonna have to get a hose or two for this guy, because my little tiny plastic hose is just not going to do it for this big machine. So anyway, yep. Okay, can you guys see that? I don't know if you can or not, if it's bright enough, but this is just my regular camera pointing right into the top of the hole. The tank has had even longer to dry out, so that stuff in the bottom is looking less muddy and more just dried upness. So I am about to attempt to clean it out with the pressure washer. So we shall see what happens and what it looks like after. Okay, how long have you guys been letting me record at a 90-degree angle? But anyway, maybe if you can see this, the pressure washer plus a metal stick did a pretty good job. I think a lot of it ended up splattering on the sides, but you know, but at least it's, you know, broken up a bit. And actually, let's see, there is a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, look, there's a whole bunch of mud that didn't used to be there before. Granted, some of this is fir needles, so this wasn't a pristine surface, but look at all this crap that is no longer in the gas tank. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. All that crap came out of the the tank, and a good bit of mud too. I'm pretty happy with that as a start. So I'm going to let this guy dry out, and the next step will be to invent a rotisserie and get some crushed gravel, crushed rock, and throw in there, and yeah, and do some rock tumbling. Well, I tried to straighten out that axle that the wheels were on so they'd be less crooked, and this happened. I think this is going to be my first welding project ever. I don't own a welder yet. Yeah, the tires, or the wheels, they came off okay-ish. What I did was I drilled a couple holes in the plastic hub so that I could get a bearing puller through, and then the first one was pretty rough. It did not want to sit in the middle, so I wised up a bit on the second one and drilled a little series of holes to get sort of a cone shape in the middle there, and then I was able to use the pointy part of I have a pointy end of the puller and I have a flat end of the puller. So this one I was able to use the pointy end, and that made all the difference. That went great. So this one I got the holes a little too close together, but boy, that guy was stubborn. This guy came off actually pretty easy. And they're in good shape. They're dirty, but they're in good shape, so I'd like to reuse them, I think. So I have put this guy together. Doesn't look like much, but it's kind of how I envisioned it. So this is the sort of the rotisserie cradle, right? And this will clear that plug, and then this is tall enough that it would have cleared the wheels, although that's not such an issue now. I could probably bring it down here now. I don't have near as much stuff to clear. I'm gonna have to make sure that we clear this guy here and the 2 feet down there. Don't really have to worry about the axle anymore. Okay, it's been several days since I've been able to work because it just gets too darn hot, and it's already getting dark now that it's too cool enough to work. But so I got these braces on the side because these guys were wobbling a little bit. Now they don't. Also, I found out that I have a piece of dowel that just fits just perfect in the wheels if I take the bearings out of the wheels, and we're not rolling it anywhere, so it doesn't need bearings. I just need to tip it. So now we got, oh, and I got the rest of the sticky off, completely gone. No more ugly stickers, except for that one, which makes sense to leave that one on. So now I need to put this guy on to keep it from moving this away while I turn it. Even flat, it wants to scoot down, so can't have that. So we'll have that on there somewhere. Whatever it bolts to should clear the legs. I'll have to go see what I have and what the best way to mount it will be. I need to mount it with some kind of strength. So I may just go to the hardware store and pick up a couple of beefy metal brackets. So I've been looking all over the internet for something that will fit a 5/8 hole. Well, check this out. Here is a 1/2 inch pipe, and it threads in there just perfect. So this whole time I've been looking for the wrong size anyway. And what that tells me is no matter how much I read and how much I try, I cannot wrap my brain around pipe threads and pipe sizes. So from now on I'm just going to have to keep one of each size in stock so I can compare and then read the label. On the other hand, some good news is the center hole is also 1/2 inch, which means I can have this, well, not this one exactly, but I can have a 1/2 inch pipe sticking out of the tank while it's turning. And I found a funnel that will fit it even if it's rotating, because it has a sideways spout on it. That means I can put water and whatever in as it's rotating. I don't have to stop rotating it every time I want to put something in. And my hope is to flush the rust out with water as it's rock tumbling. So we'll see how that works. But I'm really happy to finally have something that will fit this. And it's not 5/8. Oops. It's not 5/8. So what else have I been doing? I've been playing around with the idea of how to make this rotate. So I have an old moped wheel here, and I have an old serpentine belt, which isn't as old as it looks because all that crap's coming out actually from the wheel. I've been playing with math, pulley math, and this wheel should have enough friction to pull this belt around, especially because it's got a rough surface. Somebody sandblasted it and made it super rough, which is part of why I couldn't use it. I didn't know that till after I bought it. Ouch. I hope that was a pokey leaf thing and not like an evil bug thing. I think it was just a pokey leaf thing. Anyway, in the next video, if I only have 4 fingers, you'll know what happened. But anyway, so I have, from a broken alternator that ate itself to death, I pulled that serpentine belt pulley off, which happens to match this perfectly, even though they're from 2 different makes of vehicles. And I managed to fit that on this old grinder motor. Picked this up from an estate sale not too long ago, and you can see right here I don't know if you can actually see, but the RPMs are 1140. So this is the slowest motor I have, and I was able to fit that on there nice and snug and center. So this will be my rotating machine. This will drive the serpentine belt, which will in turn drive this guy. Now this guy's not going on the tank because even at that ratio it's still going to be spinning way too fast. So this is going to go on its own separate shaft along with the pulley that came off the motor, the electric motor. So they're going to move together, and then a fan belt, maybe this one, which is also actually from the compressor, will turn a wheel that I'm going to have to make in order to get the ratios right. If I make a 12-inch to 13-inch wheel, which then will bolt onto the tank somehow, then I can get it to rotate once every 2 seconds. And I think that will be plenty fast for rock tumbling. I've been working on this plug that goes on the bottom for quite some time, and it is just a mess. It's not that the threads are bad, it's just coated with like this grease that will not come off. I finally took a little grinding stone to the inside just to grind that stuff off so that I could get to the bare metal finally. The threads turned out really nice. Right now I have it soaking in rust remover. Ooh, I got my very first welder. Still don't know how to use it. I need to set it up, but very first welder, and yeah, hopefully I can find some scrap metal to play with, and then hopefully I'll be good enough to get those axle pieces back on, maybe. We'll see. So that's where I am at the moment. So just in case this is the end of this particular video, why, I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.